Hello and welcome to this recorded seminar for English 1302. This seminar will be divided into three parts. The first part will be getting help from the library. The second part will be accessing the catalog and databases to find resource materials and source citations. And then the third part will be formatting an MLA style paper and in-text citations. To get oriented, you're looking at the main CTC website. The URL is very easy to remember. It's just www.ctcd.edu. To get to the library, you can come here either to the Students tab, and then under Student Resources, click on the library's link. Or you can come here to the Academics tab, and under Library, you'll see direct links to the library's databases, Ask a Librarian by Email, Events, and More Resources. When you click on More Resources, this will take you to the library's main page. Now, to get help from the library, there are several ways of doing that. One is to come into the library. Now, during this time of pandemic, when you come to our front doors, what you will need to do is either knock on the door or give us a call. The number will be posted on our front doors. That number is 254-526-1621. When you're inside the library, you will need to have either your CTC photo ID card or a government-issued photo ID. Now, when you come into the library, you'll have access to the full building. And that would include the study rooms, the online computer lab that we have, as well as the print collection. Now, when you do come in, what you may want to do if you need to use one of our computers, you would probably want to schedule your computer. We only have 7 spaces in the computer lab because of the COVID spacing. So this may be something that you want to sign up for. There is not a time limit per se as far as how long you can be on a computer. And then I'll discuss a little bit later on how to use the curbside book pickup when we go into the catalog. Now, some of the other ways you have of getting help from the library is by email. And you can use the Ask a Librarian feature. Just click on the button and it will bring up a form that you will fill in with your name, email address, various other pieces of information, and then your question. And this is something that for all intents and purposes we look at 24/7, 365. And we should answer your question within 24 hours of our receiving your inquiry. If I scroll down a little bit, you'll notice that we have a live chat and text chat feature. These are monitored when the library is open. And what you would do for live chat is just simply type in your question in the box. And then within a couple of seconds to maybe a minute or two, you should have a response back from the library. If you use your smartphone, you can send us a text message at 254-400-2275. We'll respond back to your phone via text. Now, the live chat and text messaging services are both monitored during the library's hours. And those are Monday and Thursdays, 7:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m., Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. We're closed Saturdays, and then Sundays we're open from 12:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. And then if I come up here a little bit to our library resources, what you will see, we have some video tutorial guides. These are brief videos that you can watch 24/7, 365. There's one here for searching the library's catalog. There's also another one here for accessing and searching the library's databases. With the curbside book pickup, what those of you who are local to the area, you may want to use the online book renewal feature as well. And then there are tutorials for using MLA as well as the new APA 7th edition. Coming back to the library's main page, and right above the video tutorials are the research study guides or LibGuides. These are topical pages that you can use to find information on a particular topic. For instance, if I were to come here to criminal justice, you'll come to a main landing page that will give you information about the library, our hours, and maybe some of the events that are going on. The researching tab will give you information about how to select resources for your research. There may also be some videos here on getting started with your research and how to know if a website is credible or not. The Books tab, this will give you information about ebooks or items that are available through the catalog that you can access. The videos, these will either be from our Films on Demand database or through YouTube. Journals will be journals that are available maybe here at the library. There's also a listing of the databases that you might want to look at that are related to this particular field. This particular LibGuide has data and statistical information, and these will give you hot links directly to those websites. And then you have other credible internet websites that may be of interest to you. And then this particular field of criminal justice uses the APA style, and so there's some basic rules that you can use to follow. And it will also give you information on where to get citation help as well. If I were to come back to the main LibGuides page, a little bit of library promotion. We do have a library events calendar that you can register directly by clicking here on the link. There, you can also email us your request at referencerequest@ctcd.edu, or you can call us at 254-526-1621 to register for any of our programs or events. The programs, because of COVID, they are live streamed over Facebook or YouTube. They are recorded so that you can view them at a later time. If you're into creative writing or art or music, you might want to look at Byways, the Journal of Arts and Literature. Byways is a totally student-submitted journal of work. Basically, it could be written works of fiction or nonfiction that would include plays, poetry, short stories. It might also be for art, painting, photography, sculpture, jewelry making. For music, this is something brand new. It could be scores or lyrics or recordings. Then in springtime, there will be a reveal of the current issue of Byways, and then an electronic version will be available as well, and that will have the recordings in it. And then if you're a creative writer and would like somebody to critique your work, we do have a CTC Writers Guild that we run virtually. It meets on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday at noon, and you can have your peers critique your work and give you suggestions. And so this is something you may want to look at. Returning now to the LibGuides main page, if I scroll down here a little bit, you'll see that we have a number of items that are listed of courses. We have a number of seminars on demand for various courses. There is one here for this course, and then all you would do is click on the link here in order to be able to view this recording of this seminar. Okay, closing that and returning to the library's main page. If I come here to the Writing Center, the Writing Center does a couple of things for you. If you need help with your paper at any stage, what you can do is you can come into the library and request a one-on-one session with a librarian. You can also give us a call at our phone number of 254-526-1621, or you can email us at referencerequest@ctcd.edu and request a one-on-one session with a librarian. We can do this either in person, by phone, or virtually, either by WebEx or by Blackboard. What we'll do is we'll make you the presenter so that we can see what it is that you're looking at in order to be able to give you guidance and direction for your paper. We are looking at having some seminars during the semester that may be dealing with APA or MLA or either version of Chicago-Turabian. And then we'll be looking at maybe having miniature classes where we can have a session where you can come in with your papers, and then what we'll do is we'll work through the issues you guys are having and then help you as you go. And then we also have the research paper review service. Research paper review, what this does for you is you can submit your papers to us for proofreading. You would send a final draft version of your paper as a Microsoft Word document, and you'll send it to this address, teaching.learning@ctcd.edu. What you'll get back from the library will be 2 proofreading reports. One will be a grammar check report where we run your paper through Grammarly, and then there'll be a bubble comments report where we look at readability, flow, and logic. We'll also look at your in-text and source citations, as well as the overall formatting of the paper. The turnaround time for this service is within 24 hours. This is monitored again 24/7, 365. So this is something that's a very fast turnaround time. When the library is open, the turnaround time is even quicker. It could be anywhere from like 20 minutes to 2 hours. So it's a very fast turnaround time. And those are all of the ways of getting assistance from the library. Now, let's go into the catalog. The catalog does what we call discovery searching. What this means is that you're able to type in keywords and find books, ebooks, articles, including scholarly articles, as well as streaming videos. For the purposes of this seminar, we'll be looking at finding materials for Herman Melville's short story, Bartleby the Scrivener. Now, before I begin, there is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to open a second tab and go back to the library's main website. One of our databases, Films on Demand, prefers to be opened through the library's website rather than through the catalog. Now, on the databases page, you'll see where it says A to Z listing of databases. I'm going to close that and then come down to General Resources, and then just scroll down to where it says Films on Demand. Now, the first time you log on to the databases, you're brought to the online database login screen. The instructions are given right here. Your username will be that same lowercase c followed by the first 7 digits of your CTC ID number that you use to log in to things like maybe Blackboard or to WebAdvisor. Your password will be your first and last initials in capital letters, followed by your 6-digit birth date. So let me go ahead and log in. Once the connection has been created, then you can close the Films on Demand tab and this extra tab, and then I'm going to type in my keywords of Bartleby the Scrivener, and what you'll notice is that I've got some type aheads here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose this first one, Bartleby the Scrivener. This tells me I have 122 results that have been found, and you'll see right at the beginning I have a video, Herman Melville, Bartleby the Scrivener. If I want more information, I can click here on Read More and see the abstract for this particular video. And then what I'm going to do is click on View Now to bring up the actual video. This particular video has some segments, and you'll see them right here. This first segment is sort of a little video, sort of a presentation of the short story acted out, kind of as a documentary, if you will. And then you'll see various informations about the setting and character introduction. So you have information here about the character and the short story that may be of interest to you. There's also a transcript that you can download, or as the video is playing, you can watch it as it is read to you. And so basically these are ways of helping you absorb the information that much easier. Right below the screen where you'll see the word cite, this is the citation tool for MLA. When you click on that, it brings up the source citation that you're able to then copy and paste directly into a Microsoft Word paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. The other thing I'm going to do is set the font for my paper so that it is a default font to Times New Roman size 12, and that's regular, and then the size. And then down here where it says set as default, I have 2 options: this document only, or all documents based on the normal template. This second option means that every time I open up Microsoft Word, it will open with the default font of Times New Roman size 12. I'm going to leave it at this document only, and that makes this now Times New Roman. Now, because I am building my works cited list, what I'm going to do is highlight everything here and do a right mouse click, come down to Paragraph. And then under Special, I'm going to choose the hanging indentation, and then the line spacing I'm going to set to double. This will put my works cited information into the hanging paragraph format that I need to have for my works cited. Now, I do need to do a little bit of correcting. This on here needs to be a lowercase on. And also, the Films on Demand is the name of the database, and it needs to come after the publication year. The other bit of correcting that I need to do is this bit right here, the URL. The URL, this is a generic Films on Demand URL. So what I need to do is actually close this box and then come up here to the top and click on that URL, and then copy it and paste it directly into my document. What is missing from the generic is this bit right here. This is the information that tells the database that it is coming through the library. The last thing I have to take care of is the access date. Now, MLA says that you only need the access date if you are using a volatile electronic resource, and this is going to be something along the lines of an internet website that can be updated yearly, monthly, hourly, daily, or if the item does not have a publication date. Everything that you'll get through the library will be stable and should have a publication date. So you can remove the access date and then hit the enter key and you're ready to receive your next source citation. And then I can close this box here. The other thing I can do is down here where it says format, I have the ability to select the format of the material that I'm looking at. When I click on show more, this will tell me that I have that one video. If I want a print book, I can do a couple of things here. I have here Melville's short stories, authoritative texts, context, and criticisms. Now, something I can do with the catalog is this will give me the call number that I can take into any academic library and see if there is anything in this call number area or see if they have that specific book. I can also use the citation tool to get the source citation. I'm going to show you a little trick with that. Now, the curbside book pickup, over here where it says save, I can click on that and then I can have that item added to a list. And then if I scroll down a little bit, I can see if there are any other titles that may have what I am looking for. If I click on this 200 Years of Great American Short Stories and then come to the view description, this will tell me what kind of information I am looking for. And it looks like this is a collection of short stories. So this is not something I am going to want. I can come back here to maybe this one up here, Herman Melville's Billy Budd, Bonita Sereno, and Bartleby the Scrivener and Other Tales. Again, when I click on the title and the view description, this will give me some information about what I'm looking for. And again, I can come here and I can save it to my list. Now, if I come here to the My Items, you'll notice I have the ability to get a citation. And so what I'm going to do is just click on citation, come here to the citation style and choose MLA, 8th edition. And then from here, I can copy and paste all of this information directly into my document. And so this is a way I can build my source citation quickly and easily. The other thing you'll notice is that I am keeping my works cited list in alphabetical order by either the author's last name or by the title if there is not an author. If I see an extra space, what I could do is just delete that and then I'm ready to harvest some more citations. So I can close this. Now, to do the curbside book pickup, I can come here to the email and icon, and then here where it says email address, what you're going to use is the reference request at ctcd.edu, this email address here. If you want to have a copy of what you send to us sent to your personal email as well, you use a comma and then put in your email address in order to be able to have your copy sent to you. And then below here, subject line will read curbside book pickup. And I kind of like to know what it is that I'm getting. And so I'll just put in here Bartleby, so that will tell me what I'm getting. And then this will be where you put in your name, your full 14-digit CTC ID number, and then your phone number. And then click here on Share List. Now, we do need to have the full 14-digit CTC ID number. This information will be on the front of your CTC photo ID card. If you do not have one, you could probably find it through WebAdvisor or on any of the documents that you would have had received from the college when you enrolled or registered for your classes. If you need to get a CTC ID card, you would basically go to the Student Services Building. I believe if you do a Google search for CTC ID in the CTC website, it will actually take you to the page that you need to have reference to in order to find out how to go about getting your photo ID. And then once you have that, you're able to use it for the library to check out materials or to go to the natatorium or gymnasium. But what we will do is, if we have that number supplied to us, we will check out the books to you, and then we will telephone you when the books are ready for pickup, and we'll tell you which parking lot to go to. When you arrive, you have the option of giving us a call and telling us your location, or you can come to the front door and we'll bring the books to you already checked out. And then just click here on Share a List, and that will email the list to us. This is what the library will see. It will have your name, your ID number, your phone number, and then it will give us a listing of the titles that you would like us to pull from the shelves, and we'll have the call number all ready to go. So it will save a lot of time for the curbside book pickup, and that's how you would use that. That is how you'll use that particular service that the library provides. Now, let me delete those and come back to the catalog, because there's another thing that the library's catalog will do for you. If you're one of our remote students, you can come down here to where it says Libraries Worldwide, and you can put in your city, state, zip code, or country and see what libraries nearby have this particular book. For instance, if I were to type in, say, Manhattan, Kansas, and then click on the search, this will tell me what library has that particular library and how far away it is. Now, if this is too far to travel, you can actually go to your local public library and request it through interlibrary loan. You just give them the information that appears here in the catalog, and then that library can request it. You can also come here and type in, and this particular item is held at the Humboldt University Library in Berlin, and this will tell you how far away that is. It also gives you a map so that you can find it nearby. So this is truly a global catalog that you can use to find materials or resources that we have here. So that is how you would use the library's catalog to find print books quickly and easily. Now, returning back to the catalog, I can also see about finding ebooks. Now, ebooks are available to you 24/7, 365. And one of the ones I'm going to pick up is this one here, The Male Sexuality Under Surveillance, The Office in American Literature. Again, I can read the abstract of the book and then come here to view ebook. This particular ebook is coming from ProQuest eBook Central. This gives me the ability to read the book online, or I can download the book and have it for 21 days. On the 22nd day, it disappears completely off of my computer. I can also get the source citation for the ebook, and all I have to do is copy this, and then I can paste it directly into my document, and this will give me everything I need to have in the proper style format. You'll notice that the name of the database here is italicized, and then I have the URL as well. That is an ebook, and you can see just from the catalog I have a print book. Actually I have two print books. I have a video and an ebook. If I close this, I can also come down here to the table of contents. These are hot links, and I can click on any of the links there. This particular ebook allows me to search within the book, so I'm just going to put in Bartleby as a keyword and then click on the search function. This tells me that there are 62 places in this ebook that have this specific keyword. And then I can, the longer the line, the more information there will be. So if I click on the little triangle here, this will take me to the first page, and then if I click on any of these results here, it will tell me how many times my keyword was found, and it will highlight my keyword here in lavender. Now the icons here at the top of the page, this is your full book download, your chapter download. If you see something that looks very good, what you can do is actually use your mouse to highlight various parts of it and then create an electronic note card. And this will give you the information that you need as far as giving you the full quote. And then this is from page 4. And that little 3 there is a footnote. So I'm just going to go like that. But it also will give you the source citation. And this is something that you are able to then copy and paste into an electronic note card or file. Something you may want to be wary of is that the page number given here on the ebook may not necessarily be the same as this page number up here. And that has to do with how the ebook was formatted. The page number you will use will always be the one on the actual page itself rather than what's up here. So that's how you find an ebook. Now if I come back here a little bit, on the format, what I can do is I can select chapters or articles. And then if I come and take off the ebook, and then down here I have the ability to get my content type. Now I want full text articles. And if your professor has said that you need to have peer-reviewed or scholarly articles, you have the option to get that as well. And so what you're able to do is you can click on where it says View Full Text, and this will take you right to the article. Now this particular one is an HTML format only. And so if I come here and click on the title of the article, this will give me hot links that I can search within this database. Or I can scroll down and see the full text of the article here. What is nice about this is that I can email the item to myself, and then I would put in my email address and then give it a subject heading of, and then I like to know where I've found this, and basically the catalog information here. If I click on the title, this will tell me what database this came from. And so what I can do with that is I can put this is from master file, and then over here where it says citation format, I can choose MLA and then tell it to send. And then this will send the article to me as an email document. And then if I come back here to the catalog and take a look at this one up here and full text on that one. This is in both HTML and PDF. Again, I have the ability to see an abstract and the HTML. I also have the PDF. Now the PDF, if you have it, that is your preferred format because it will give you the page number in the article that you can then use to email to yourself. And then basically again what I would do is I would click here on email and click on email and then my subject is Bartleby, and this is coming from the academic search complete. And then I can come here to the citation format and say MLA and tell it to send and then continue. And what I'll see here are my two emailed items. I have the one from master file. You'll notice that I have a works cited information that I can then copy and paste directly into my document. I also have the HTML version of the article, so I'm going to copy this and paste it directly into my document. Now, something I do not need to do, but is kind of a good practice to do, and that is to add the name of the database after the root EBSCOhost. EBSCOhost is a family group of about 24, 25 different databases, but when they submit the name of the database, it's only EBSCOhost. So this particular one was coming from master file, and so I'm just going to add that information after EBSCOhost. And then the URL that's given here, this is a generic EBSCOhost URL. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here to the persistent link or the permalink. I'm going to copy that and paste it on the URL, and then just remove that information and put this up here. And so I'm keeping the order of my documents. I'm going to come up here to this other one. This is the PDF article, and I have right here the source citation, as well as there's an accompanying HTML version as well. So I'm going to go and copy this and paste that in as well. This one was coming from academic search complete. Again, the name of the database is the one that I got from the catalog when I went and clicked on the detailed information. And then I'm going to copy the persistent link and put that right there and paste that in with a period afterwards, and I can get rid of the parts that I don't need, like that. And just that easily, I have from the catalog, I've acquired print books, I've gotten a couple of articles, I have a video and an ebook, and so all of that is coming just straight from the catalog. I have not begun to touch the information from the databases yet. Now, if I come up here to where it says library links and click on the little down arrow, I can go directly to the databases page. Again, I need to close the A to Z listing and then scroll down to where it says literature. Now, there are several databases here that deal with literary criticism. One of the better ones is the Literature Resource Center. When I click on that, it will bring up a variety of GALE products. And the one I'm looking for is I've got the GALE Literary Index, I've got GALE Literature Resource Center, and so either of these two will do very nicely, but this is the one I'm wanting, is the GALE Literature Resource Center. And then I can type in my keyword of Bartleby the Scrivener, and you'll notice that I have some type of heads here for the short story, and sometimes it's a variation of A Tale of Wall Street or A Story of Wall Street. You'll notice I also have things here that say it's short story. I may also have the fictional character. So I have a variety of things here that I can click on. I'm going to choose this first one and execute my search. This gives me some literary criticisms. I have topic and work overviews, primary sources, literary works, multimedia. So these are places where I can go to get information. I have one here, Bartleby's Preference, Res Ipsa Loquitur, which is Latin for the thing speaks for itself. I can click on that. Now, some of the things that I have here up at the top, I have a citation tool. I can email the article to myself, I can download it, or I can print it. I also have the ability to translate the article or to have it read to me. I have the ability to upload it to Google Drive or OneDrive. Again, I can email it or download it or print it. And then this is the article, and you'll notice that I have my keywords here are in red. And then down here at the very bottom, you'll see the source citation that you're able to actually copy and paste directly into your paper, and then just paste this in and move it up to where it needs to be and get rid of the extra space. And there I have a nice little article from GALE Literature Resource Center. Another database that I may want to look at is this one here, the EBSCO Literary Reference Center. This is not part of the usual EBSCOhost family that you would get through, say, doing a search through Academic Search Complete. But again, I can put in Bartleby, the Scribner, and you'll notice I have right there. I can click then on search. This particular database will give me reviews, it will give me ebooks, it'll give me academic journals. And so what I can do is I can come here to where it says literary criticism, and that'll get rid of everything that is not pertinent. And so what I can do is I can come here to where it says Narrative's Dilemma. If I want to see more, I can come and click on this information here to get more information about what it's dealing with. This is in both PDF as well as HTML. I can add this to a folder. By the way, if you see something here that does not say full text, that means that the item is not available in full text. I have this one here where I can click on that, and I can then add that to my folder as well. The nice thing about the EBSCO databases is that you can add things to a folder and then batch email them to yourself. I'm just going to come here to either to the folder view or up here where it says folder. And this will let me see what items I have, and then I can email them to myself. Now, what you have to watch out for is with a PDF file. If you have something that's more than 10 megabytes, you actually have to download the item because it will not come with if it's more than 10 megabytes. And then right here where it says email, you'll put in your email address and again your subject and then the name of the database. And this is, and then over here where it says citation, I'll just come down to MLA and tell it to send and then click continue. And then now I asked for 2 articles, and what you'll notice is that I have 3 items that were sent. The 2 with the paperclip, that tells me that these are attached files. Now this extra one that is sent, what EBSCO does is it sends you a batch works cited list that you're able to then copy and paste directly into your document. So I'm going to copy this and come here to my document and then put the space in and then just paste this in. And what I have then is my works cited. I'm going to unbold that and center it. Again, I have my database. This is the, put a space in between here and then copy that information to the one right below it, and then take my persistent link and copy that to replace that here. Delete this information and then take this persistent link, copy that and put that here. Okay, and then delete that information from there. And then the Davis, this is a duplicate of the one that I have already, so I don't need this one. So I can actually delete that one. This one here by Walser, what I will do is move this to the bottom of my list. And there I have my works cited list. It's already created. Now a little word about the works cited list and the information that you have with for electronic documents. What MLA says is that you should provide the URL for electronic documents, or you need to provide the DOI, and DOI stands for Document Object Identifier. So this is my works cited list for my paper. Now, if I come up to the top of my page here, I'm going to begin formatting my paper. And one of the things I'm going to do first is put in the header. So I'm going to click on the Insert tab and then come here to Header. And I'm going to choose the first blank and then tab over to the right. And this will be where the last name goes. Then hit the space bar, and then this will be where the page number comes, is after your last name. Now there are two ways of doing this. One is to use the page number feature, but if you do that, then what happens is it obliterates everything that you've typed here. If you don't want to retype what you've got here, what you can do is come here to Quick Parts, come down to Field, and then scroll down to Page and choose your page number format, then say OK. That'll put the page number right after your name. And because I set the font to Times New Roman size 12 for my paper, my header is in the correct font that I need. And then all I have to do is close the header tool. Now, MLA says that your entire paper is double spaced. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the paragraph section on my ribbon, and I'm going to choose double. And then this will be where you type in your name, your professor's name, your course, and this is English 1302, and then the date. And it's always going to be in day, month, year order, and you spell out the month. Hit the Enter key once, then Center, then type in the title of the paper, hit the Enter key once, and return to left justification. Now a word about the title of the paper. It should not be something like writing assignment number 5. Your title should very clearly tell your reader what it is that the paper will be about. For instance, Bartleby the Scrivener, if you're writing about him, it might be Bartleby, he was a nice guy, didn't get along with anybody. That is going to tell your reader what your topic is about and what kind of point of view you're going to present. Now, MLA says with the body of the paper, the first line of each new paragraph needs to be indented 1/2 inch from the left margin. Now, you can use the Tab key on your computer keyboard. If you don't reach up high enough, you might hit the caps lock key. But there is a nice way of doing that so that it's set automatically. What you do is right mouse click, come down to paragraph. Then right here where it says special, choose the first line option and then say OK. This will actually move your typing cursor over 1/2 inch from the margin. You don't worry about hitting the Enter key because the computer will take care of the carriage return and line feed for you. When you hit the Enter key, it will automatically assume that you are beginning a new paragraph and tab in for you. So that's how you set up and format an MLA style paper. Now let's talk a little bit about in-text citations. And here's why you create your works cited first. Your works cited will give you the information you need for your in-text citations. For instance, it'll tell you if it's just one author, it'll tell you what that author's name is. If you have something that has 2 authors, it'll give you both of their authors' names. If you have something that the article was written by more than 3 or 4 people, you'll see in your works cited list, after the first author's name, the abbreviation et al., which is Latin for and others. If you see an et al. After your author's name, you need to include that et al. In your in-text citations. If you have a work that does not have an author, that is a title, either of a book or an article, or in this case a video, what MLA says is that you use the first 1 to 3 words of the title. You don't use the entire title unless you're using or referring to the title in the body of the sentence. So let's talk a little bit about in-text citations here. So I've got one here by Harold Bloom, and the in-text citation for this will look like this. It'll be parentheses, Bloom, a space, and then the page number. And MLA says that if you have access to the page number, you need to provide it. The other thing that you need to do with your in-text citation is that you need to remember that the in-text citation comes after the referenced material, but before the punctuation. So if I have something like this where I've got maybe a sentence, Bartleby likes chocolate. Okay, this is something that I found in Bloom on page 158. That is what my in-text citation would look like. This is what is known as a parenthetical in-text citation. It gets that name because it's enclosed in parentheses. It is also a pointer so that it points to your work cited to the specific source. If you have more than one author, you need to provide both authors' names. So I have like this one here where I have Melville and McCall. I will have this information and my in-text citation will look like this. It'll be the first author's name and then the word and, the second author's name, and then the page number. And this might be page 79. And that would be how that would look. Let me show you what this one was. This is actually a short story. Yeah. So this was good. Now, you can also have what's known as a narrative in-text citation. For instance, if I were to take this particular one right here and use it with the author's name in the body of the sentence, then the page number only will come in the parentheses. And this is the difference between the narrative in-text citation and a parenthetical in-text citation. Now, when you have an item that does not have an author, for instance, the video, that will look like this. And what this will tell you is that from the works cited information here, this tells me that the video title is enclosed in quote marks. So my in-text citation is also enclosed in quote marks. If it were a book, my title would be italicized. And so that's how your reader will know what format and where to look for your resource material. They'll know to come down here to find that information. So that's how you do in-text citations and formatting of an MLA style paper. Now if I come back here to the library's main page, what you'll see is under library resources over here where it says citation resources. This will give you access to the Purdue Online Writing Lab or the OWL. When you click on the link, you'll come here to the one on the right and then just scroll down to MLA guide and then the formatting and style guide. This is where you'll find links to doing in-text citations and how to format quotations. Now, when you're doing a quotation, there's a little bit of a difference there. Basically, your in-text citation will come immediately after the close quote. If you're paraphrasing an item, it comes at the in-text citation will come at the end of the sentence. The other thing you need to watch out for is if you are quoting something and it's a lengthy quote, more than 4 lines, you need to put it into a block quote format, and this will show you what that will look like. So this is how you'll find information on doing your citations. You'll also will see how to do works cited. There's a sample paper that you can download and see what kind of information is placed where and how to do formatting. So that's available to you as well. If I come back to the citation resources page, there is also a link to the MLA Quick Style Guide. This will give you general formatting guidelines, in-text citations, and the more commonly used works cited that you might run across. If you're using material that comes from a website, this will tell you how to format information. What we have tried to do is give you the formula to follow along with a real-life example of the information that you'd expect to see with that particular work cited. So that concludes this seminar for English 1302. To recapitulate the information covered. To get help, you can come into the library. You can email us, you can chat with us, you can text with us. There are the video tutorial guides, the research study guides, as well as the citation resources. You can come in or call or have an electronic one-on-one session with a librarian where you're able to get help with your paper, whether it's getting started or helping you with source citations. If you need your paper proofread, you can submit it electronically and we'll review it within 24 hours of our receiving it. The catalog will give you information about print books, call numbers. It'll give you the source citation as well as other libraries worldwide that have that specific print book. It'll also give you access to ebooks, articles, including scholarly articles, as well as streaming videos. The databases will give you even more access to ebooks, articles, including scholarly articles, as well as streaming videos, and they'll give you the source citations directly. And you'll be able to get them. They'll be formatted already in MLA style format, or if you're doing a paper with a different style format, you can change the style very quickly and easily. That is this presentation. We look forward to seeing your papers and answering your questions. Thank you very much for watching this video.